Welcome to English 145, American Dreamers. I'm Professor Zimmerman, and I'm very excited to meet you. The aim of this video is to introduce myself and also to introduce the course. I've been a professor at UW for almost 20 years, and this is my first fully online course. I'm from Washington, D.C., and my wife is a UW grad. Here's something that most people don't know about me. The band Rage Against the Machine asked me to perform the guitar soundcheck before a concert in Sacramento. Long story. If you want to know more about me, I included a short blurb about my interests in the course interview. Now I'll introduce the course. First, I'll sketch out the aims of the course, then I'll describe the course books, then I'll summarize the course design, and then I'll say a word about grades. It's really important that you look over the course overview and the course syllabus, since these give more detailed information about everything I'm about to say, plus much more. Here's a thumbnail version of the course aims. One aim is to help you become more attentive and thoughtful readers of literature. Another aim is to help you become more skilled analytical writers. A third aim is to help you think, hopefully in fresh and rewarding ways, about social and economic mobility in America. Literature, you'll see, offers a powerful lens for thinking about the American dream and the opportunities and barriers to success faced by different groups of people. A fourth aim of the course is to give you permission to love literature. Sometimes students come to college associating literary analysis with death. Sometimes you hear them say, "We analyzed a book to death," or "We really dissected the play," as if the book is an inert corpse. The thesis guiding this course is that literary analysis brings texts to life. Literary analysis makes texts bloom before your eyes. Literary analysis shows that novels and plays are carefully crafted thought experiments designed to prompt you to think about specific topics and experiences in new ways. These thought experiments invite you to connect arenas of experience that otherwise seem remote, like social class and counterfeiting, or American culture and entropy, or class barriers and sex. I've chosen the 8 books we'll be reading for a few reasons. First, they're short. They're all under 200 pages, except Zone 1, a zombie novel, which is 320 pages. I've chosen short texts so that you can read each book twice. Second, I've chosen these books because they all invite and reward discussion and analysis. The authors are all prize-winning or famous American authors. I'll quickly introduce the books. 6 Degrees of Separation is a play based on a true story about a young man from the streets who cons his way into the upper-class world of wealthy New Yorkers. The Great Gatsby, many of you have read this book, I know. But I guarantee you that a college-level analysis of this book is way more illuminating and interesting than the discussion you had in high school. And I know because I used to be a high school teacher. It's about a man who dreams of wealth, but who shatters against the high wall that safeguards the American aristocracy from newcomers. It's a great companion to 6 Degrees of Separation. Passing is a novel written around the same time as The Great Gatsby in the 1920s, and it's about the relation between 2 light-skinned black women, one of whom lives as a white woman. The novel explores the relation between race, gender, and success in America. Top Dog Underdog is a prize-winning play about 2 poor African-American brothers, one named Lincoln, one named Booth, and it asks us to think about the relation between America's racial history and what happens between these brothers. Zone 1 is a literary zombie novel by the prize-winning author Colson Whitehead. It's also a 9/11 novel and a rewriting of The Great Gatsby. Thomas Pynchon's The Crying of Lot 49 is, I think, unlike any other book you've read. It's my 3rd favorite book. It's about a woman who may or may not have stumbled across a shadowy conspiracy bent on reversing America's slide towards cultural death. Next, Toni Morrison's A Mercy. Toni Morrison's the most prominent novelist in America today, and A Mercy is a new look at the early history of America. You can see the word America encoded in the title. And finally, Pastoralia, which is available as a PDF, is about life inside a theme park devoted to human evolution. It's also about capitalism and cavemen. Now I'll summarize the course design, how the course works. The course is divided into 8 weeks called modules. Each week we'll be reading a different play or novel. The assignments and activities each week are the same, or roughly the same. In our course, the week begins Saturday morning, technically Friday midnight. Every week you'll watch a short video introducing the week's work, and then on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday you'll read the assigned book and look at the companion materials and listen to my lectures. On Tuesday, you'll take a quiz testing your understanding of all this material. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you'll participate in an online discussion activity. In some weeks, you'll also complete a writing assignment called an echo analysis. The echo analyses help prepare you for the 2 course essays. You can see how the week is arranged on the image that's available on each of the activity guides and on the course overview and on the course syllabus. The activity guide is each week's home base. You can find each week's activity guide by going to the course homepage and by clicking on the link for that week. It's important that you know that there's a time gate for each assignment. This means that you won't have access to each assignment until a certain day each week. And this means that you'll be doing coursework for all 8 weeks. In other words, you can't complete the course early. A second thing to know is that at no point will you need to be at your computer at a specific time. You'll always have most of the day, if not multiple days, to complete an assignment. This is true for the Tuesday quizzes as well. They're timed, usually 15 minutes, but you can choose when on Tuesday, between 8 a.m. and midnight, you'll take the quiz. In a face-to-face lecture, I ask students lots of questions. On the first day, these are just get-to-know-you questions, but across the rest of the term, I ask lots of other check-in questions to see how students are doing in the course and in life. In our course, I've tried to approximate this by creating a weekly check-in poll or survey that you'll take each Monday once you've completed the readings and lectures. It's not graded, and if you're not comfortable answering specific questions, that's okay. Now I want to talk about TAs and course grades. The course is divided into sections, each of which is led by a TA. The TAs are graduate students specializing in literature. I've chosen them because they're fantastic teachers. Your course grade has five components: quizzes, discussions, echo analyses, Essay 1, and Essay 2. Each is worth 20% of your final course grade. We don't curve grades. In our perfect world, everyone masters the skills we're teaching and demonstrates that mastery across the coursework and earns an A. That's our perfect world. That's unlikely to happen, though, since the skills we're teaching will be new and challenging for many of you. My expectation is that you enjoy and expect to be challenged in your classes, and that's why you're at the UW. Realistically, course grades will range from A to C, with some outlying Ds. Anyone who fails to complete assignments may fail the course. To succeed in the course, you must give yourself plenty of time to do the work. Literature takes time. It takes time to read and reread the books. A few of the books are challenging to read because of their style. In addition, listening to lectures requires time and concentration. In a face-to-face class, a lecturer has lots of ways to hold your attention. A lecturer makes eye contact with you, and gestures, and points things, and cracks jokes, and asks questions. An audio lecture requires a lot more concentration on your part, since all you'll have is my voice, plus a lecture outline to look at. So, to succeed in this course, you'll need to take careful notes on the lectures, just as you would do in a face-to-face class. This means that you may need to pause the lectures, or slow down the lectures, or rewind and repeat specific parts. The lectures offer close analysis of the book we're reading that week, so you'll need to write down the major analytical moves and insights and claims that I make. The lecture outlines present a basic outline for each lecture. For your convenience, they include the passages that I quote. These lecture outlines are crucial, but they are not substitutes for the lectures, not even close. I spent between 8 and 12 hours preparing each lecture, and my expectation is that you'll listen carefully to them and take notes on them. That's a baseline requirement of the course. I've broken the lectures up into 15 to 30-minute segments to make it easier to listen to them, one at a time. I've also included music to make the lectures more fun to listen to. Unless you listen to a lot of podcasts, I know it can be hard to listen to a faceless voice for even 15 minutes. So if you feel your attention wandering, pause and return to the recording when you're ready to learn. That's our contract. I'll spend 8 to 12 hours preparing each lecture, and you will be ready to listen, concentrate, and learn. I'll conclude by summing up what the course is about. We'll be studying novels and plays that focus on individuals who seek to achieve success and security in America. These individuals sometimes succeed, but in doing so, they often compromise their power and freedom. They sometimes fail, exposing both the seductive promise and the fatal limitations of the American dream. The books we'll be reading ask, what are the risks and rewards of the dream of success in America? How does America's political and social history shape the meaning and possibility of success for different groups of people? This course is meant to be engaging and fun, and my hope is definitely that you'll enjoy analyzing and discussing the texts and the questions they pose. See ya.